want to make sure that people know where trap music came from and why it is, it's so relatable.
Welcome to our brand new series, 11 Alive Uninterrupted, where we'll bring you in-depth conversations on the culture. I'm your host, Neima Abdulahi. In this 30-minute special, we sit down with Atlanta's very own T.I., who opens up about all things from music to the movement that inspires him. Joining me right now at the iconic Trap Music Museum, we have the founder, the innovator, someone who envisioned this. How does it feel to sit here today and just to see the curation that came from your imagination?
For one, it feels like a collective effort. You know, this is the culmination of thoughts, ideas, visions, and contributions of so many of a community of artists. You know, and not to mention the contributions that came from the most significant contributors to the culture of trap music.
How does this space really preserve the history of trap music versus how it may be told in the mainstream? Like, what dots does it connect that kind of adds texture to that narrative?
I think, for one, what we do is we want to educate as much as entertain.
Okay.
We want to make sure that people know where trap music came from and why it is it's so relatable worldwide. If there was no crack epidemic, if there was no war on drugs, then there wouldn't be so many people that could relate to trap music. The underserved areas of our communities were plagued with drugs and guns and discriminatory laws that sent our brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and uncles and aunts and cousins to jail and prison for so long, which left a generation on the street looking for leadership, looking for guidance. So hip hop steps in and saves the day yet again, and you can express that through music.
Right.
And because so many people have the same story, that music becomes prominent. The reason my album, Trap Music, was so successful was because so many people heard their stories in my songs. So many people heard...
Offer relatability.
Absolutely. So many people heard parts of themselves, parts of their childhood, parts of their present circumstances in my songs. That's the reason Young Jeezy's albums were so successful. That's the reason people relate to Gucci Mane. And if you rapping about those things, they relate to it because of their conditions. As long as those things still exist, trap music will still be prominent.
Considering all those, systemic and societal issues that we oftentimes face in marginalized communities, how are you able to create from that pain and not let it shackle you down where it could have done that to someone else?
Man, I give a lot of credit to the ancestors because, historically our people have been resilient, and I think trap music is no different. I think everybody who grew up in desperate times, they were motivated by that. It spread and blossomed and grew and bloomed into, something similar to what you see around you here.
Coming up, T.I. shares his thoughts on the Protect Black Art movement in hip hop as the use of rap lyrics are being debated in courtrooms across the country.